Night before prem, the Premier League. Always containing weight, always. Jeg vil gerne lave en men jeg skal snart også lave Muslim 2, måske i morgen. Må jeg også lige på min mor 2. Og så tror jeg skal lave en dag, hvor jeg laver med mor, både med begge mine forældre. Det kan være så fedt. Muslim 2. Glæder til det. Jeg skal snart streame noget mere, hvor vinden kommer. Så hygger vi alle tre. Jeg laver også content af arbejdsliger. Det ved det. Og is. Fuck, jeg har... Når der bare også prep, så tror jeg skal ud og købe noget. Nogle snacks. Jeg streamer også efter prep. Nej, efter prep. Mens usual.
Jürgen, obviously an incredible performance in your team. What were your thoughts on how the game plan played out? And what can you say about the mentality of the team?
Good and very good. So I think on a normal day you should not even try against City. You play a normal game against them and hope that you get something for it. You have to play to your limits and further. That's what we did. We defended them in an extremely well organized but very passionate way. Closed the right gaps, had a challenge in the right areas, and because that still happens, and that's the biggest challenge against City, they still get through, and they still get to the touchline, and they still have incredible amount of players in the box. And how we defended the box, and especially the 6-yard box, was absolutely exceptional. Because I think we all know these games when you all know the City goals, when they arrive there and then Bab square pass and one is free in front of the goal. And we did it really well. So it was a top performance from all the boys, and that's why we could win it.
I just want to ask you if you're going to have maybe a couple of beers tonight after this massive victory.
Sorry, but I'm not in the mood for that. It's all good. I'm fine. I made a joke after last game, and I apologize for that. It will not happen again.
Well, the red card, Jürgen, I mean, what happened there? That's the emotion of the game.
Yeah, it's about emotion, of course, but it's so, of course, red card, my fault. I went over the top in a moment. I don't think it was disrespectful to anybody, but when you look the pictures back, I know myself in 55 years, the way I look in these moments is already worth a red card. I know that. Who cares what I say? But I lost in that moment. That's not okay. But I think a little bit as an excuse, I would like to mention, how can you not whistle that foul? How on earth is it possible? And I wish I would get an explanation. So I'm not sure what Pep said now here, but probably not a lot. I was probably very disappointed or frustrated or whatever. But during the game, we agreed completely that Anthony Taylor just let the things run. You know, man, why would you do that? Why would you? Both teams, it was not one. But I heard now that people said it was Enfield that made the VR decision. It was a foul on Mo. Enfield, no chance to have any impact. It's a foul on Fabinho. I think we agree on that. You look like this. It is not enough to pull somebody down. You think I'm not sure about it? Or you don't have an opinion at all, which is?
No, I thought it was a foul.
It's a foul. Okay, it's a foul. And then Ali has the hand on the ball. So that's a save or not? How I understand it. So, and now if Enfield decided now that we are in the win, I'm not sure. Imagine he wouldn't. Then we'd sit here and speak about 3 situations where I should have whistled the situation, and then I think, oh, okay, that's now really unlucky. So there was already the first moment where Pep and I were pretty animated, both, but actually for the same reason, to be 100% honest, for the same reason, not for any, we were not arguing with each other or not at all. Yeah, and then that situation I saw, I just had the perfect view and the linesman, and you can imagine we are 1-0 up and you get a free kick there, or you have a counter attack there. That is obviously that's pretty much 100% different. And that was the moment snapped. And again, I am not proud of that, but it happened.
All right, guys, I get it. Right now, I'm going to look like another annoying rich kid who was born into this wealth, but trust me when.
Yeah, Mo played an exceptional game. Absolutely outstanding. Yes, obviously was one of 2 strikers in the center, together with Bobby. Great, absolute top performance. The goal was world class. Again, a colleague of you told me if I think we were a bit lucky in that moment because Cancelo missed the ball. I didn't see a player missing the ball. I saw a player using his body extremely well, and being then in a 1-1 situation with the goalie. So, top class goal. The situation before already unlucky, really unlucky with that he didn't score there already. Apart from that, good on the ball, constant threat in behind, working extremely hard to outstanding performance. Honestly, it was really good. Yeah, Diogo. That's no problem. I wish I wouldn't have to talk about it. I saw it inside on the screen. I'm the first who saw it. When he goes down, and I see there's not a lot of contact. You can see a little bit that somebody kicks his foot, and then maybe the muscle got overstretched for 96 minutes. That's not good for a muscle, and he felt it immediately. And now we have to wait how bad it is. I really find this question interesting. Tell me your thoughts about that. You think, yeah, we put the 11 up, so Mo has to get subbed, and he comes to me and tells me I don't want to leave the pitch or what. How could that happen? What is the logical explanation for that? Yes, wrong number on the plate. That's exactly. I wanted to talk to Mo because it role changed. Darwin came on. Mo played now more at the 10 around Darwin, and Darwin was the one for in behind more. And obviously, Mo didn't come in the first place and was disappointed because he saw the number, but I didn't know about any kind of 11 on the scoreboard or whatever board it is. When I saw that, then we could change it. So, and then we changed it. Oh, horrible. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I had no idea about it. I was obviously not in the stadium in that moment. Probably I didn't see him anymore after the game. Did I? I saw him. Oh yeah, exactly. I saw him there. Yeah, it never should happen. Never. No, of course not. I saw Pep. No, of course not.
Last one, Dominic.
Yeah, just away on Joe Gomez's performance, because he's had such a.
It's just great for Joey that he can show what a player he is. So an outstanding talent, great.
Mhm.
Not investing in crypto in 2022 will be your biggest regret. Tror du mig ikke, så det eneste, du skal gøre, det er bare at blive ved med at gøre ingenting. Vente 2, 5 eller 10 år, og så ved jeg, at du kommer tilbage og siger, Tobias, du har sgu ret. Jeg forstår udmærket, at hele kryptouniverset kan være uoverskueligt. Det kan være svært at vide, hvor man skal starte. Jeg forstår også godt, at det kan være angstprovokerende bare det at tænke på de dyre og de dumme begynderfejl, som man kan lave. Derfor der har jeg lavet en rapport, der afslører, hvordan du let og overskueligt kan komme i gang med din investering, samt hvordan du kan undgå at lave de her dumme og dyre begynderfejl. For at få succes med investering i krypto, der kræver det ikke, at du begynder med en kæmpe stor sæk penge. Det kræver heller ikke, at du bruger 5, 20 eller 37 timer på det om ugen. Det kræver heller ikke, at du er et matematisk eller computergeni. Alt det kræver, det er faktisk, at du er oprigtigt interesseret i at komme i gang med investering i krypto. Så hvis du er det, så synes jeg, du skal klikke på linket og få tilsendt min rapport i dag. Det er til gengæld en ting, som du ikke vil fortryde. Rapporten den koster 0 kroner, så der er ingen undskyldning for at komme i gang.
Hi, and welcome back to Football Made Simple.
It was a big game between two great rivals and managers in Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. In the end, City's Anfield curse remained, with a 1-0 loss thanks to a Salah goal, whilst the XG showed it was a deserved win for the Red. But how was Klopp able to engineer this win? And what was with Pep's new tactics? In this video, we'll take a look. And we'll begin with Liverpool in possession. And in general, Liverpool built up with a fairly traditional back four. And at times, Milner could be the higher of the two fullbacks, but Robertson was just as happy to do a similar job on the left-hand side. And the front shape was not necessarily a 4-3-3, being much more variable, as Salah often looked to come inside alongside Firmino, with Elliott willing to push up on the right-hand side at times, whilst Fabinho and Thiago could form a double pivot, with Elliott also willing to drop in. But in general, Firmino and Salah were the front two, so it was somewhat of a 4-4-2. City didn't necessarily press high, but they did play with a high block and had quite an interesting pressing structure. In times where Liverpool were building up with a single pivot especially, we'll see that Haaland, rather than pressing one of the centre-backs, had the responsibility of sitting deeper on Fabinho. Whilst at the same time, in the first half, it was Gundogan and De Bruyne who would push up ahead of him. And Bernardo, at the same time, would be coming in alongside Rodri so that they formed a double pivot. This could be more effective in the phases where Liverpool did have a single pivot. But that wasn't the case for most of this match, with Fabinho often being joined by Thiago to form a double pivot, in the 4-4-2 as we discussed. In these phases, we could see either Bernardo or Rodri drop in alongside Haaland to make the press much more effective. And this could work, but it would feel like somewhat of a temporary fix, because if Haaland was pressing and Liverpool did get past him, he, as a centre-forward, wouldn't be able to continue tracking the man deep as he progressed with the ball, but would instead have to eventually drop off to maintain his positioning, meaning that this City shape could be a bit shaky at times. So here, Liverpool are building up with more of a single pivot shape. And for City, we can see that De Bruyne and Gundogan have pushed ahead of Haaland, who, deeper, is looking to keep his eye on Fabinho. But, as we'll see, Thiago is beginning to come deeper to become the second pivot alongside Fabinho. And thus there'll be a 2 versus 1 against Haaland. So in situations where this does happen, a City second midfielder, either Rodri or Bernardo, will be willing to push higher up, whilst the other then dropped into more of a defensive midfielder position. But at times, this somewhat narrow City shape, which looked to cover the double pivot, and at the same time have 2 men still in a protective position, could be difficult at making Liverpool's life more difficult when they look to build through the centre. This, of course, would often force Liverpool into the wide regions, And this is where City's defensive shape began to fall apart. Throughout the match, City's backline was a hybrid of a traditional back four, which would look like this, and a back three, which would change with Ake tucking into left centre back, and Foden and Cancelo becoming more of the wing backs. This was usually the case when Liverpool had the ball deeper. So what we would see is that when Robertson or Milner received in these situations, it would then create the room for Foden or Cancelo from their respective wing-back positions to push up high, and at the same time, the back three would shift across. One thing to note is that usually when using a back five, if you have a traditional left back or left wing back playing in this position, when the side shifts across, they would also tuck in. But, of course, Foden is more attack-minded, so he wouldn't tuck in, leaving the shape like this. So again, we see City with their pressing three, making it much more difficult for Liverpool to find men in central zones. So the obvious pass is out towards Robertson, who's in space. This is an example where City's shape is more effective, as Cancelo from the wing-back zone easily applies pressure, whilst Haaland and De Bruyne are both cutting the inside pass into the midfield. And this slows down Liverpool and forces them back.
Before we were using Monday.com, our team was drowning in work. Our days used to split between work.
But the problem that City's shape created was that it was often a 2 versus 1 in wide regions, as you can see with Cancelo up against Jota and Robertson. So what we would often see at times is that Jota would be willing to drop in on this left-hand side to provide an outlet option in the midfield. And to prevent Cancelo pushing too high in these phases, Robertson would also be pushing up beyond him, making it more difficult for Cancelo to do that. This would then often allow Jota to receive and turn, and then look to get the team moving forwards. So here we have a situation where actually Cancelo is looking to perform his usual wing-back duty and apply pressure onto Robertson early. And again, City have their usual pressing shape. But the difference now is that Jota has dropped deep inside of Cancelo so he can receive. And in this case, it is Akanji who has been dragged way out of position. Here we see a slightly different situation, but with the same outcome, as Cancelo has moved on to Robertson. This time, Robertson makes the run high, dragging Cancelo with him, whilst Jota is dropping into the space. So Jota now has the time and space to receive. But instead of staying with Robertson, Cancelo then looks to press Jota instead, opening up the passing lane for him to find Robertson. Now, as before, it is Akanji who's dragged out of position, looking to compensate. But now Jota can get on the inside for the 1-2, and he can then look to find Firmino, and as we can see, this actually created a temporary 3 versus 2 advantage for Liverpool. But there was also the possibility that when Jota came deep, if he dragged Cancelo, it left a gaping hole in this space. So Van Dijk or any of the defenders could then look to find Robertson, making the run in behind, leading to some dangerous situations. So here we once again see Jota and Robertson, and Jota is looking to drop deep, whilst Robertson is now looking to make the opposite run. So with Cancelo having moved in on Jota, there is the potential for the switch into Robertson making the run. But that's not where the problems ended for City when using this shape. As discussed, Foden is not a traditional left back. So when the defense shifted across, he wouldn't necessarily follow and would instead still be high, ready to press Milner. So what we often saw is that when Cancelo pressed and the rest of the back three had to shift across, if Liverpool were able to work the ball quickly, it left the potential for Elliott or Salah to make the run into this giant space, leading to many dangerous situations for Liverpool. So, as before, Cancelo is pressing high and Akanji has come across to cover. The presence of Firmino and Salah means that Diaz and Ake also have to cover across. So Elliott is in acres of space and there would have been the potential for a switch to find him. But even in open play, whenever City defended with this back three, there could be problems. This is because whilst Firmino and Salah were technically 2 versus 3 down, Jota would be quick to join in, as was Elliott, meaning that this back three could quickly be overloaded. To make things worse, when they were man-to-man, these 1 versus 1 situations could often reduce it down to how good Liverpool's forwards' movement and coordination could be. So, simple patterns, dragging centre-backs out of position,
League.
could lead to Liverpool getting through on
Nej,
goal
til dig,
quite
far.
easily, which
Premier League, fam. Der kommer Premier League i dag. Så I'm her i varmen. Det er koldt derude. Som jeg på. Mhm. Håber jeg, det bliver svært. Jeg håber. Ellers så vinder de Champions League. Det vil jeg også gerne vinde. Om vi vinder Premier League, I don't know. Men om vi vinder Champions League, jeg håber. Det tror jeg var større chance er, det er det altid været. Og det kan Brentford. Far! Nå. Men Liverpool. De vinder sgu guld. Givet. Nu må vi se. Ellers er det Arsenal. Men jeg håber på Liverpool. Vi skal spille mod West Ham. Hvor ligger West Ham? Okay, West Ham kommer lidt op. Hvordan klarer de så? Okay, de har lige haft en uafgjort med Southampton. Så det er tabt til Everton. Hvad spiste du? Jeg har lige spist græskarsuppe. Leicester rykker ned. Det er 100. De kan ingenting ud af Michael åbenbart. Det er faktisk ret sjovt. Men nu det hedder FCK brændte på straffespark. FCK. Nej, de har brændt. Det er godt. Ja. Det er godt, den stod. Jeg skal have pizza. Det er godt. Det er godt. Pizza er godt. Jeg kan også lyst til pizza. Nå, pizza. Ja, pizza. Det er en halvleg. Eller pizza, eller pasta, eller pizza, eller pizza. Pizza. Det staves bare pizza. Det staves med 2 sætter. Det er stadig rigtigt før. Det er et mærkeligt ord. Det er et mærkeligt ord. Ja, 2 sætter, så har du pizza. Yes. Og hvad? Reddit. Nederen. Jeg vil også gerne ud af have noget frød. Hvad er det prem? Prem Liverpool spiller sådan cirka ved 8:30-tiden. Starter vi den der. Men det er ikke startet endnu, så det er en time og 20 minutter. Så jeg vil streame noget mere. Så streamer jeg bagefter prem. Så laver en stream efter prem. Så kommer jeg og se med på den. Har I ikke ferie nu? Så kan I være lidt med. Ja.
Har du tjek på?
Til hvad?
Og den her æbler i en hel pose.
Ja. Skal du have en hel posen? Far. Skal jeg bare have den hele posen?
Ja.
Ja, okay.
Bare hen til det. Halv pose. Det er ikke langt. Keep my in so the glass in the picture.
Vil du have til kage?
Hva?
Vil du have til kage?
Ja, du kan æblekage.
Hvad siger du?
Du kan godt lave æblekage med flødeskum.
Jeg gør det.
Flødeskum er meget dyrt. En tid med bare en god lang kvinder, fordi jeg bare der. Du går sig.
Roligt der.
Gør det? Man kan jo Lad sao doktoron ang naging din mo din và người ta lấy cái ướp đó nè, người ta rửa cái đất ngoài trời đó, rồi ta đem vô cái pot nó trồng.
Ướp rồi.
Xếp lá gì còn cây nên được. Những năm người ta từ xưa nhà em trồng ớt xanh đi khá nha, cái ớt già đó mình không bỏ, đến mùa đông mình lạnh mình xài lá và trái lại, nhưng mà trái thì nữa.
Người trên tổ tiên không biết tăng lá ớt rồi. Cần là ớt như là
Em phải mê mà xuống luôn sao vâng. Og jeg var nederen. Jeg skal bare have noget mad. Ah, oh. Lækker. Jeg synes, jeg vil lave det samme hver dag. I need some soda. West Ham står også bare pisse stille lige nu. Den er svær at skaffe, synes jeg. Men, I don't know, jeg tror bare, den er bagud. Der er 6, der ser den her stream. Let's go. Hey. 12 minutter. Hey, den er opdateret. Sådan. 9 mere. Kom nu, jeg skal bare komme over. Det går hurtigt. Jeg har også fået 2 timer. 2 timer. Det hedder 2 timer og 18 minutter. Watch time på min nye video. Jeg har sgu også 2 timer der, så bang. Peter Yusuf, easy work. Easy work. Let's go after let's go to 500. If I want 700, then I go after 1,000.
Hvad så altså, hvilken video? Det er vores tid! Det er
You saved my life, this one. This. Så der er 1000 visninger på Derfor S. Lad os se opstillingen til. Det der med Trent. Hvad med forsvaret? Og hvorfor stiller han Salah der? Og Bobby der? Hvad laver han der? 4-4-2. Hvad laver Klopp? Hvad har han tænkt sig? Hvorfor bruger han ikke Andrew Robertson? Hvad har han planlagt, Klopp? Klopp, hvad har du lavet? Det her ser helt underligt. Det ser helt anderledes ud, hvad er han prøver? Hvor er det en ny måde at spille på? Der er menus. Salah der. Trent, hvorfor? Bobby. Altså, men der er ikke Gomes, hvor de plejer. Thiago. Hvorfor? Jeg tror bare, han gemmer Fabinho. Og så venter de at se, hvad han gør. Oh shit. Hvad har han James nummer sikker? Hvis han kan bruge sig. Og så har han Andrew Robertson, hvis det bliver, hvis jeg skal skifte. Så han har Andrew med. Han har Andrew Robertson med. Jeg får nogen. Vesttorv. Har vi noget rødt, og det er hvidt. Jeg look like an alien. Jeg skal lige se, hvordan det ser ud på live. Jeg skal bare lige gøre det for sjov. Jeg skal bare lige gøre det for sjov. Hey, I'm the first for a reason. Hey. Jeg vil have dessert. Hvad har man som dessert? Yoghurt. Jeg streamer til 10 kl. 8, så sætter jeg fjernsyn klar til computer klar til mit far. Og så hvad det hedder, om 19 minutter cirka, så er computeren klar til mit far. Og så hvad det hedder, og så er computeren klar til min far, og så hvad det hedder, og så ser vi fodbold, og så streamer jeg efter prem.
Markus kommer lige hjem.
So. Så.